Hey, Kayla, it's Glenda. One of my board members is an attendee. Shouldn't she be a panelist? Okay. Well, but okay. Now, if I enter my email, will it just want me to sign in? But I don't have a Zoom password. So what do I do? Wendy, can you hear me? Well, I tried to reach, reach Wendy and didn't get her. So, Hi. So I tried to call her and couldn't get her. Well, then she's not going to be able to speak. Okay, now I see.
Hello,
Oh,
Karen.
oops, sorry. Wendy? Yeah. Can you log out? Yes, on the link that she's sending you another little link so that you'll be a panelist. I don't know. Okay, well, she said she keeps sending you a little look, like a pop-up. Yes, because you're where you can't talk to me. I see you. I see you there. So I'm gonna hang up the phone.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay.
Howdy.
Howdy. How are you?
Oh, better than I deserve.
Well,
Having a
I
great
don't
day.
know about that.
I'm having a good day.
Good. Good.
Well, there it is.
There's Wendy.
Yeah. I don't know how that picture got on there, but it did.
Okay.
Thankfully, it wasn't nothing nasty.
Um, Shelley
Oh,
Ricker called to say that she may not make it. She's at the doctor's office. So.
How's everybody doing?
Oh, not bad. Ready to
Very well.
do all the things. Thank you. How are you, Miss Wendy?
Good.
I can just see the top of your face. I feel like I'm watching what's his name from Tool Time. There you go. Oh, hey, thank
That
you.
better?
Yeah, that's good. I can see your smile.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
There's Susan.
Yes, sorry. I was trying to get on the computer and it wasn't updated, so I had to improvise.
Okay. Okay. We do have a quorum, don't we?
We got, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, don't do that, don't do that.
Do you want to start the movie? The movie.
I would love to start the
Yes.
movie. I make a motion to start the movie, start the
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah, don't care what movie it is. Let's watch
It
it.
is 3:31. Let's start the meeting. Now you got me all off track.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's funny.
Okay. I discovered that I don't have the password to use my iPad in here anymore, so I'm having to do it on the computer again. I'll get that taken care of before the next meeting. So basically, I just have a few things on the agenda. But first we have to approve the minutes. Did everyone read the minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any problems or issues?
I have just a weird question about what is that they were asking about, or was that in new minutes? No, never mind. I don't have any questions about this part. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
So make a motion.
I make
Oh,
a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Raise your hand. Show of hands. Aye. Unanimous.
Right, thank you.
Yeah. Director report, Miss Linda.
Yes, it has been a wild ride since March. We had our courier out. Then we we're advertising for the courier. Currently, we have interviews set up for tomorrow and Monday, and I'm really happy about that. We've had one member, two staff members had COVID, one had strep, and Georgia still hasn't got her knee replaced. So we're running a little thin. Let's see. We did open a bid on Monday for the new van, and it came in at a good price, and it's what we need. And it was delivered today. So we
Awesome.
traded in the 2013 van. And one of the things I need to ask you about is since we don't need to buy a van next year, is that I would like to have a motion made to pull the capital for 2024 from the budget, the $50,000 for a new van. I'd like to have a motion so that I can have it removed before it goes to quorum court.
Well, you want to do that now, or you want to wait till you finish your report?
New business.
Yeah.
New business.
Okay.
Okay. Anyhow, we're very pleased with the van, and we'll be glad to have a new courier to drive it soon, hopefully. On Friday, the 17th, which is tomorrow, they're going to have an update on Act 372, which is the book relocation act. I'm not going, but they do have Zoom attendance, and Ann Gresham from Springdale is going, and she's going to fill me in. And then we were contacted by the state library and asked to complete a questionnaire requested by an anonymous legislator. And it asked if any state funds had been used by Arkansas Public Libraries to pay the American Library Association. This tactic is being used in other states to defund libraries. And it's another way that they're trying, they consider the American Library Association a bad group because they're defending the right to read, and that haven't had any, we do not pay, I do not pay the American Library directly out of our funding, and Greenland and Winslow don't. Welcome, Ruby. And Springdale does. So Ann had to report that. I've never worked anywhere that paid my dues for me. So anyhow, we haven't heard any more about that either. We also received 16,000 pairs of solar glasses for the solar eclipse in April. Unfortunately, it was advertised that we had them for the October event, but we did not distribute them for that because the reason we got them this year was because they had such a hard time in 2017, I think it was, or 2018,
17.
getting glasses in time. So the state library went ahead and ordered ahead, and then I distributed. Springdales are still here because they take up quite a bit of room. I've distributed most of them out, and the rest of them will be delivered probably in March to the library so that they can do programming with the solar eclipse. And I say this every year, except I got it wrong on here. Our county purchasing cutoff date is not November 15th, it's November 18th. So we just skirted it with the van. Farmington did hand out 300 solar eclipse glasses. Excuse me. Okay. During the week of the October eclipse, and they had a pumpkin decorating contest, and they had 129 decorated pumpkins. I've seen some of those in the past, and they are quite something. People are really talented, and the Friends of the Farmington Library are fundraising for a mural in the Children's Library, and the Walton Family Foundation is currently matching donations. That's from Rachel in Farmington. From Diana in Lincoln, they have a new part-time person. One of their staff members got COVID and decided that she was gonna not work anymore. Storytime is doing well. And then kudos to Wendy from Diana on helping her get the bills and the finances worked out with the city at Lincoln. And you've made some big improvements there, Wendy. And Diana says thank you, and I say thank you too.
You're welcome.
And then Springdale recently celebrated their centennial year, and they had a proclamation. I cannot talk today. Proclamation read by Mayor Doug Sprouse, and Star Wars themed Halloween party on October 28th with 325 in attendance. The Friends of the Library fall book sale was a big success, and their overall foot traffic for the year is up 21% over 2022. And they're going to get funding for architectural plans for restroom renovations, and they're going to enclose their outdoor courtyard that's in the middle and use that for more programming space. So that's what's happening out in the libraries. Does anybody have anything they want to add, Susan?
West Fork has hired a new children's director. She started about a month ago, and we're adding more programs for tweens, teens, more story times, different things like that.
Good.
So we're really pleased with her. Name is Micah.
I've met her. She's very nice.
Yeah.
So that's my report in the library reports. So that takes us to the financial report. And this may be where you had a question, Karen.
Well, I think you explained it. I just didn't give enough time. It's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Thank you, though.
I had some questions on page in the October report, the October Treasurer's report. There were a number of things that were voided.
Yeah,
and added back in, and I checked with the Treasurer's office, and they had a problem running some checks, and they had to be redone. And so that's why we have those voids on there, and then they reran them. And I don't think there's anything else that's problematic. You all may have some questions about some of the things in the treasurer's report. Do you?
The only thing I saw was those voids.
Okay.
It's about those, but explain that.
Yeah. So the statement of operations is where we're at in our budget. And as you can see, personal services, the reason there's a negative amendment up on the top line of page 3B9 is because I haven't fulfilled that assistant position yet. And so if you don't spend it in a quarter, then it goes back to reserves. So that's why there's negatives in that and why we've only spent 72%. Hopefully, when we get a new courier, then I can start working on getting an assistant. Lately, I've been doing a lot of currying, and I've worked at Greenland some too. So it's keeps me moving. So we are 58% expended in supplies. We've got some more in this week. I had corrected, we had some negative numbers at the last meeting, and I've moved running around so that there won't be any negative numbers. I've put more money in fuel, oil, and lubricants. Let's see, what else did I do? I did several little line item changes, like I added $6 to the library fund so that it would even out and not be, actually it's 99% expended, but it was 101 going to be expended. Anyhow, I think we're in good shape. If you turn to 3B11, we have Greenland at 95% encumbered and Winslow at 98% encumbered. And we still need to place some orders, but I intend to get that done. On the cash flow on 3B13, you can see it's a little down from last month, down at the bottom of the page. Just talked to the treasurer not long ago, and we have collected $885 in tax money, $885,000 in tax money in November, which is considerably more than we usually get, but that's because of the growth. So that will show up in next month's cash flow. We'll have more in the reserves for next year, which we need to do because every time you raise your budget, you got to raise your reserves, or you put yourself in a hole. And I learned that the hard way. So, in the statistic, oh no, that's the end of financial. And if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer or address.
I have a question.
Okay. What
On 3B9, where you say you amended the budget, you do that yourself?
No,
No?
I
Yeah.
have to submit it to the comptroller's office.
Then they
I
amend
tell
it
them.
for you.
Yes, I tell them, take this much from this line item, move it, to
Oh,
this
okay.
line item. But yes, as long as it's in my budget, I can ask the comptroller to do that. If it's in my reserves, then I have to go to the quorum court, and I have to ask you all too
Oh,
before I
okay.
go to the quorum court. So this was just moving around. Some funds we hadn't used as much as I expected. And so I was able to move that to line items that we had in the negative because fuel costs were high again, that sort of thing. And so they're just little, because a budget's really a work in progress. You
Yeah.
never, everything's not going to be exactly perfect. But yes, that had went through the comptroller's office.
Okay.
And let's see. Were there any other questions on the financials?
I don't have any.
Do you need to make a motion to accept the financials as reviewed?
Yes,
Or
someone needs to. Ruby, you're still muted.
So
I'll
moved.
make,
Yes, I was having computer problems. I'm sorry I was late and it's good for
No,
me to
that's
be.
okay. I just realized that I hadn't heard from you.
Yeah, well, I couldn't get in for some reason. I had to keep working with the computer, so I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Travis, did you move?
I did, so moved.
Susan, didn't Susan second?
Yeah.
Okay. And the vote,
Everyone, let's take a vote to accept the financial report as read by Glenda. All those in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
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 Unanimous.
okay. So in the 2024 budget, and I don't have that line item handy, but it's in the 4,000 line because it's capital expenditure. What I would like to do is ask you all to approve the removal of that $50,000 from that line item from the 2024 budget and put it in reserves, because we're not going to buy another van. We got one this year. I was afraid we were going to run out of time, and so that's why I budgeted one for next year. But that situation has remedied itself, and so I won't need that 50,000 tied up in capital money. So I'm just, if someone could make a motion.
We need to make a motion. I moved to make a motion to move the $50,000 that were allocated for the new van purchase off the 2024 budget and place it into the reserves starting for the 2024 year. Anyone?
I'll second.
Second. All in favor, raise your hand, say aye, please.
Aye.
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 So
Yeah.
Karen, you made the motion.
Yes, ma'am. Travis seconded, I believe.
I think Wendy did.
Oh,
Wendy
Wendy.
did.
Okay.
Okay. And then you vote?
Yes.
Yep, it was unanimous.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry. We got ahead of you.
So I will submit that to the comptroller's office so that they can do that. I don't know if they'll do it before. I don't know what they're doing with the budget tonight. It may be that they may not move that money until after the first of the year, since I don't know where they are in that process. But I have written up something asking for that to be done, and I will submit that to the proper people and get that done. And that's really all I have. Like I said, we've been down people one or two at a time. And so Nikki's been doing the courier and I've been doing the courier some. Seen Karen out there a few times at Prairie Grove, and we'll get somebody hired hopefully very soon, and get through the winter and the holidays somewhat back to normal. So does anyone else have anything? I mean,
Any more new business?
not really. I will update you on what I find out about Act 372 tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens with that. So,
I have
Next
a question
meeting day-
about,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I have a question about the circulation thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot to cover the circulation. I'm sorry. What were you?
So take,
That whole part out.
it's 3C1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hypothetically, Elkins in September of 23 touched 2,472 books and loaned them out, and they checked out 2,089. Is that what that means?
Yes. They're checked
Yes.
out from the library that they requested them through.
So
So
in other
the
words,
top
they,
one is the library that no matter where the books came from, they checked out those books to their patrons.
okay.
The circulation by item owning library is what was checked out at that library.
So in
Okay.
reality, they touched 4,400 books in
No,
September 23.
no, those numbers, if you look down, it's two different ways to look at the circulation. If you
Okay.
go down to there's a total for the first box, the circulation by item loaning library, and under circulation by item owning library, they total up the same. They're both 58,768.
Oh,
But
okay.
between libraries, there's quite a number. Well, the courier does a lot of this, moving books around from library to library, and then they're turned in at different libraries, and so that's why we show both ways, because it's a way, you know, that to show the foot traffic, so to say, and the use of the collection. And then we add in the ebooks to the bottom total, just to give a grand total. And our ebook use went up 13% over last year, and 10% over last, or the 10% over last October. Those are getting more popular all the time. I think a lot of people, well, I know when I'm driving, I like to listen to a book, and instead of the radio, and even if it's only 10 minutes a day, I feel like I've made progress, you know.
Yeah.
And we boosted that collection, our part of the collection, quite a bit during COVID. And I didn't budget as much this past year, but I think it's still, even though it's a small amount of use, those are the only ones that are checked out by our patrons. And there are 18 or 20 libraries now in that consortium that, you know, there's like the different small libraries. Eureka Springs has a subscription, but they don't pay as much as we do, but they don't have as many patrons either.
Oh, I
And
see.
some of the demand that we see on the titles, you know, there might be 400 holds on one title, and we try and help out and purchase extra when we can, just so that we're helping support those smaller libraries that don't have as much. And you know, it's part of being a team. So did you have any other questions, or anyone have any other questions about the statistics?
Looks good, Glenda. Thank you.
Okay. Overall, we're 7.33% up over last year in this 3C3. And you can see last year, or 2021, you know, we were up 51% in our total circulation. But that was, in fact, I was reading on Facebook today, and I saw a post by Roger Morris, the coroner, from 3 years ago today, and talking about the traffic that they were having across the street from COVID. And it's just, I think our growth during 2021 made up for 2020, when there was so much, when COVID was so prevalent. But now we're still showing a gain, but not like that first in 2021. And you see 2020, it was down 62.5%.
It's a lot.
So I think we're recovering.
Mhm.
I think because of the growth that we're having in the area, we're going to have more patrons. I think that that's all good for the libraries. And I don't have much more to add to that. Oh, and this, I had a sheet in here that from the comptroller. I didn't add it to your folders. It was that the treasurer's office had an error on their side for the pay batch and then ran another set. That's the treasurer, the voids in the treasurer's department in that earlier discussion of the expenditures. But that's just in case I forgot. So and the number of library cards patrons added is fluctuated somewhat over the year. This is on 3C2. Interlibrary loans have been doing fairly well over last year. System holds are up. And again, I think that may be because of the population growth and new patrons. That's all I have today. Do we want to look at setting another meeting in
Sure.
March or next year?
Sure.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Does anybody have any idea about when spring break is? I have
18th through the 22nd,
Yep.
spring break.
Yeah.
So we probably don't want to do it that week.
No.
Probably not a good idea.
Well, shall we try for the 14th?
14th.
14th would work.
So far, yeah.
And if anything comes up and we need to meet again sooner, I'll get in touch with you and let you know. But that would be in response to an outside thing.
Okay.
So, and so March.
3:30 or 3?
3:30 really does work better, but if we need to do it 3, that's fine too. So it's
I'm
what
good
works
with
for you guys too.
I'm here, so
I'm good with
Doesn't matter to me.
okay. I don't know if the next meeting will be Zoom or not. I will let you know as we get closer to time. Just it'd be nice to get people back in and maybe go see some of the libraries, but we'll see what the winter brings. And so I guess, Karen.
Yes. Hold on. I'm adding this to my calendar so I don't forget it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Does
You
anyone
said the
else?
14th, right?
Yes.
14th, Thursday, the
March
14th of March,
14th, Thursday.
3:30.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to
And
see
I
what
will,
comes out of this tomorrow. That tomorrow's thing. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of this tomorrow. All that.
yes,
Yeah.
I think it will be.
So,
But I don't think anything's really happened yet.
right.
I do think it went to, it got bumped up to I don't know if it went federal or not. But well, I'll find out and I'll let you all know exactly what we hear.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess we could entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I will
Anybody?
second it.
You want to move to, you move it?
Move
and
to
then-
second. Yep. Second it.
Who moved?
Oh,
She firsted it. Someone else is need to second it.
I'll make a motion a second. I'm sorry.
okay.
There you go. Thank you. That's okay.
I always get confused with these movings and votings and
You're not alone in that. Me too. Well, y'all have a good holiday. Everyone be
Thank
careful.
you
you.
too.
Yes.
You guys have a good day.
Y'all have
Eat
a
all
great
the
one.
good things and have a good
Thank
one.
you for your help.
Glenda,
Let's see.
thank you for your work, Glenda.
Oh, thank you. Nobody goes off the board this time.
I don't think
So
so.
we'll get to see you all next year. And
Awesome.
then
There you go.
have Becky too. So
All right. Y'all have a great
Christmas.
holiday.
Thank you.
All right.
Too.
Very good.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.